Good morning. I just woke up and I thought it would be nice to just bring you over to my bed and just discuss a little bit about what's happening. And I'm not having coffee yet, I'm just having my hot water with lemon. Um, so I went the other day to watch what day is it today? Tuesday. So I went on Sunday and I watched um, that new movie Respect. Let me just say a little bit. Oh, there you go. So I went the other day and watched Respect. The Aretha Franklin autobiography, and I just wanted to discuss it with you and talk about it because I just thought it was such an impressive movie. And I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't been to the movies in such a long time. But I loved it, and yeah. So grab yourself your tea, your coffee, and let's get to it. So yeah, I went on Sunday, and it's such a long movie. It's actually I think it's longer than 2 hours. So the movie started. Well, they had the clips and everything, the previews. So it was I think it started around 6:45, so 6:45, and it ended around 9:20, 9:30, or around that time. And it was just an amazing movie. I don't know, first of all, the music is just phenomenal. Such a great, obviously, you get the Aretha Franklin, songs like Respect, and what else did you do? The Say a Little Prayer for Me. Oh, all of her music is just divine. And then so yeah, that was the music was just amazing, and the lady that plays her. What's her name? Well, hold on. Wait, hold on. That was Jennifer Hudson. Stop that. No, that wasn't Jennifer Hudson. Oh my god, that was Jennifer Hudson. Oh, duh, Paris. Oh my god, I've just realised that was Jennifer Hudson. Oh my god, that's why she has such an amazing voice. Her voice was literally angelic. And I was like, how does she have such a great voice? Wow, that's just amazing. But obviously it was Jennifer Hudson, that's why. Oh my god, that was just amazing. Yeah, she just did an amazing her singing, her acting was just phenomenal, was just amazing. And yeah, I loved it. And in all honesty, being I'm not from the States, and being new in the States, being new in America, and knowing very well the history. It was just from a lot of times while I was watching the movie, I found myself crying because I just felt I feel I educated myself more, and I don't want to say anything wrong here, because obviously this is just I'm just talking about Respect the movie, but I feel I educated myself more in 2020 with everything that went on with the Black Lives Matter movement and with everything. But I just feel obviously if you're, I mean, it's a global phenomenon, don't get me wrong, it's a global pandemic basically. Racism is, and I feel when you're from Europe you're a bit more ignorant to it, because I feel and again I don't want to say anything wrong because I'm not from here, but I feel in the States people are more divided um, when it comes to race. So like not divided, but yeah, they're like divided in their own race. Does that make sense? Like people are more, they hang out with people when it comes to race. I don't know how to put it like properly, but I feel like in Europe you don't really have that. In Europe you have more like everyone mixing together, if that makes sense. So you don't, although the race, like don't get me wrong, the race, like racism is disgusting. I feel like there's not like that much, like that big divide, if that makes sense. Like there's not that, it's not, or there is, but there's not, it's not visible, which is like, obviously like in America, like you see like with your own eyes, and it's just, it's mind blowing. And like the way they showed that on the movie as well, it was just heartbreaking, like, to see. Obviously, like, she was a really good, which I didn't really know that, to be honest with you. See, I don't really know like American history that well, so I didn't really know that. So she was actually friends with Dr. Martin Luther King. So they were friends, they were family friends, and so yeah, they were family friends, and obviously like she took part on like all the like, not marches. She did. I think like her dad didn't allow her to go like to the marches and stuff, but obviously like she was a part of everything. And then she sang at his funeral, which was like, obviously like they didn't show the real thing. They showed like the movie. They played it out, but it was just like the way like that scene. I think like a lot of scenes were like heartbreaking, but like when you see it, like that scene, it was just for me. Yeah, it was just like I cried basically in the movie theater, which was just embarrassing. But then it was like so touching. Like, yeah, it was just, I don't know. I'm about to cry again now. But yeah, it's just insane. Like to think like people would actually like treat other people like differently. Like it's just insane, especially like. Or like not just that, okay, people do treat people differently, but like to think that someone that's basically like, it's not like, let's say, okay, which I don't agree with that, but let's say I'm not from here, right? So I'm not from the States, and then like obviously someone that's from the States has more rights than I do, right? So like person from the States, I less rights. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not from here. It's crazy to think that two people that both are from this country, they're not allowed, or like they were not allowed to enjoy the country, to enjoy like some benefits, just because like some privileged white people like just said that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy to think of that. Like I don't know, it's just insane. Like my mind can't even like, yeah, it's mind blown. But yeah, that's like that aspect of the movie, which was obviously like very big. And then I loved the whole thing. I love like the way they went through her life and everything. Although I do think, and I don't know if it's because like she didn't like do, I'm sure she did, but I don't know. I felt like the movie was a little bit like incorrectly structured, if that makes sense. So like I love the beginning. I love how they start like she starts from a young age. So because like something traumatic happened to her. So like you will have the chance to say that. I don't want to spoil it for you. But something traumatic happened to her when she was young, and the way they actually turn it around and they show her like. So they start when she was like, I think, was she 8 or 9? And then they start from that moment, and then they go when she was like, really nicely turn it around when she was like 18 or 19, and then up to her like 25, 26. But I feel like then they kind of went through, brushed it through like 26, 27, and I don't know like where they stopped. They went like up to like 28 or 29 or something, and then they basically just like, that was it. So they did like, I think like that was one, like they did her last, one of her last gospel albums, or the only gospel album that she did, and apparently was like the most like sold album. And then yeah, they did that, and then that basically like, that was it. And then they, obviously it was a long movie, so like I had to cut it like somewhere, and then they basically just added like what's it called, like not subtitles, but like titles of what happened in the rest of her life. And I just thought like it didn't end up like well, and I feel like in the beginning there were some moments that it was a bit slow. So like I do feel like maybe they should have like taken those moments that they were a bit slow in the beginning, like made them a bit faster, and then like add a little bit more in the end. But then I do get it, like obviously like, because she was like, I think she was the first solo artist, or like the person that actually invented the genre, and I do feel like maybe they wanted to like like the movie to reflect that. I don't know. But yeah, it was just such a lovely movie. Like I highly recommend it. Like if you want to watch something like in the movies. Oh, and I think like the last thing I'm going to talk about, like the title. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. Like I feel like it's a lovely title, and it's really smart, because obviously like she was made famous from like that song. But like, oh no, she wasn't made famous from that song, but it was one of her hits, right? But that's the thing, it was just one of her hits, I feel. And I do get like the connotation, like, respect for people, respect for black people, respect for like people of color, respect of everyone, you know what I mean? And she was like, her song, like, and her spirit, and the people, like the way she, like the people around her were, like it was about like respecting every human being. And I get that, and it does make sense. But I do feel like the way they were showing it in the movie, like I feel like that song was literally like the whole, like the song, and the, like it was just like maybe 5-10 minutes in the movie, if that makes sense. Like it didn't really go from the beginning to the end of the movie. Like that title didn't really like I mean, it did reflect in that way I just talked about, but I feel like it would have been like better if they had used her name. And I know it's very like, they've done so, like in by now, like Hollywood has done so many movies that is literally like I don't know, nothing comes to mind at the minute, but I'm sure that like they have done so many movies that is so many titles, so many names as a title. So it's basically like, I don't know, something, I don't know, I can't really think of a name now, but I think like a really good title for the movie would have been like Aretha. I think that would have been like even better. Or I think like, because all her friends, like, and her dad and her family and her dad used to call her Ree. So I think like even that would have been even better, like a better title, if they just had said like Ree, like as a title. I think like that would have even been even better. But yeah, I do get it, like, the connotation and everything that comes with that title, so I understand. And yeah, so that was it, like the title, like was something that I thought about it a couple of times. I was like, oh, I do wish they had a different title of it, like I wish they were highlighting more her name, like, yeah. But yeah, it was such a touching and loving movie, and what a great personality. And it did really make me think, like how amazing those like people were, like, you know, in that era. I feel like obviously like it had a lot of messed up things like happening and going on like um, in the 60s and the 70s, but like I feel like how different like life was, and like how more, I don't know, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had such a lovely time. So yeah, that's all from me, and basically my little review in the morning. Oh, and it's just, I love musicals, so like that movie was just amazing, like non-stop music, non-stop songs, loved it. So yeah, I have a few things to do today. I'm going to edit this video, and then I'm going to Washington DC for the weekend, and Monday, actually coming back on Monday, so that's exciting. So I have a meeting there, so that's really exciting. Oh my god, I haven't been on an aircraft, I know. So since I resigned from being a flight attendant, I haven't been on an aircraft since then. Like, so like my last time on an aircraft was in February when I moved to Los Angeles. And yeah, like it's just literally 6 months. Oh my god, I haven't been in an aircraft for 6 months. That's just insane. I feel like the last time that I didn't go on an aircraft for 6 months was like when I was a child, like when I was like under, I don't even want to say like I was underage, like was I under 18, because I think like even then, like maybe I was under 5, do you know what I mean? Like I don't think like this has ever happened in such a long time. But I haven't had the need, like I haven't had the need to like get in a plane, like I don't know. It just feels so nice to be on ground and just to, like, yeah, I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, I am really excited to go to another city, just because I feel like at the minute, like LA is kind of like pissing me off. And I know you're like, what the heck, why is LA pissing me off? But I don't know, it just feels like a little bit like I want to change, like I want to change of like scenery, like and I feel like obviously with like it's quite nice, and I'm going to Washington. So my meeting was supposed to be either in Washington or in Washington DC or in New York. And in the beginning I was like, oh my god, I wish it's in New York. I wish, I hope it's in New York. I'm like, I really hope it's in New York, because obviously it's New York. But now I'm actually quite happy, because like it's still like a big city, and I've been to DC before. It's not my first time. So it's a big city, but then on the other hand, it's also like a smaller city. It's not like a massive city like New York. So I'm quite happy for that. Like, yeah, I haven't like, I don't know. I really want to go into the Smithsonian. Like I've been to like the White House. Like, you know, I've seen like the obelisk. What was that? Or like the monument. But like I haven't been into the Smithsonian, so I really want to go into that. And I've been having like this like really weird fascination for like spy movies. Sorry guys, I was cut off there. Yeah, basically my camera is telling me this is such a long video. I go and edit it and let them have a good day. So I hope you really enjoyed this one. Oh, I hope you enjoyed your cup of tea or your coffee or whatever you're having. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a lovely, lovely day. And yeah, I hope you managed to upload really early and it doesn't go up to like the evening, so you can probably have it like on your midday coffee or something, or you can have it tomorrow morning or the day after. And yeah, go watch Respect. It's such an amazing movie. Highly recommend it. Anyhow, darlings, sending you loads of love and kisses. Bye bye.